Thanks, Speaker. My question's for the Premier. Speaker, this government's shameful history of using the shredder and the delete key to destroy public documents is well known. 2 former Liberal staffers face criminal charges related to wiping data connected to the gas plant scandal. Last month, we earned the OPP are investigating the destruction of key documents related to a cancelled electricity contract. Each time the police come calling, the Premier claims she's changed her ways. Yet when the Auditor General asked to examine hard drives at TO 2015, they had vanished. Speaker, will the Premier finally show us that she believes in open and transparent government by joining me in asking the Information and Privacy Commissioner—
The member from Newmarket Aurora, come to order.
At TO 2015.
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Premier.
Support.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to start by saying, well, thank you to the member opposite for the question. I also want to say that I appreciate the Auditor General's time and effort that was dedicated to this report. Mr. Speaker, on the very first page of the report, the Auditor General states, and I quote, "Ontarians can take pride in the fact that the 2015 Games went off without a major hitch, left a legacy of infrastructure for athletes and the general public to use, and led Canada to its biggest haul of medals from the Pan Am and the Para-Pan Am Games." In her press statement yesterday, the AG states that value, as described here in the report, was obtained. The AG, Mr. Speaker, continues to say that these games were praised for their smooth operations by the Pan American Sports Organization and the American Paralympic Committee. Mr. Speaker, we successfully delivered the largest, most transparent Pan Am, Para-Pan Am Games ever, and we did it under budget.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Another weak answer from the minister. Back to the Premier. Here's what we know, Speaker. The Pan Am's $342 million cost overruns, again, proves this government is incapable of managing public funds. Paying millions in bonuses despite missing budget targets shows that Liberals will always reward their friends. And destroying hard drives before the Auditor General sees what's on them is evidence, again, of their outright contempt for transparency. Can't manage, not in it for you, can't be trusted. Yep. And now, Saad Rafi, the man who went $342 million over budget and destroyed evidence, is now in charge of Ontario's retirement security. Speaker, I won't get an answer from this government on the Pan Am budget or destruction of public documents, so I ask you, Premier, will you fire Saad Rafi before more documents are deleted and ORPP becomes this province's next scandal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Start the clock. Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, I want to thank the member opposite for the question. Mr. Speaker, these were the most transparent games ever. Mr. Speaker, we held 5 technical briefings, and TO 2015 has assured us that they followed all record retention requirements by Archives Ontario, and the Auditor General confirmed that by saying TO 2015 followed the procedures that were provided by the Archives. In fact, Mr. Speaker, yesterday the Auditor General reassured us that she doesn't have any indication that there was anything improper done. The Auditor General was granted full access to the shared computers that were for the information.
The member from Leeds Grenville is warned. I don't need that either. You have a sentence wrap-up, please.
Mr. Speaker, the Auditor General was granted full access to the shared computer system where all the information files, including emails, were uploaded and stored.
Thank you.